In the American scene, there is often a first family of the community, so-called because of its outstanding contributions to civic works, to politics, to the professions, or to industry. Here is the head of such a family, founder of a highly respected manufacturing company. His very manner speaks of years of success in business and success in living. Less active and with more time for leisure now than in other days, he still commands the power of leadership, and his material possessions reflect the position he holds in life. His house, for example, was designed by a famous architect because he wanted and could afford the best. He wanted and could afford the finest pieces of furniture, like this lovely Elizabethan buffet, or this beautiful tapestry. You know that here again, of paramount importance, were luxury, beauty, and comfort. He chose the best. Yes, all of these things tell us something about this man and his family. Here is his eldest son, first to arrive at a birthday gathering for the head of the family. The power of leadership belongs to the son, too, in his position as president of the company which was founded by his father. We have suggested that material possessions reflect the personality of their owners. And that is certainly true of the car this man owns, a Chrysler New Yorker Deluxe. Its lines are straight to the point, purposeful, forceful. It's the right Chrysler for the man who can afford the very best, but likes to occupy the driver's seat himself. Let's look further at this New Yorker Deluxe. A glance at the front end tells us that it is massive, wide, with gleaming horizontal lines. The center grille bar is straight and true, extending out to the fenders. As does each component part, it makes its contribution to a harmonious unity of design. The parking lights, fitted snugly below, seem to accentuate the horizontal sweep of the center grille bar. The massive wraparound front bumper, with its two rugged guards, has a tough, businesslike look of protectiveness about it. The Chrysler nameplate, in raised gold letters, tells us that here is a proud member of an aristocratic family. If there should be any doubt as to which member, the hood medallion with its distinctive letter C proclaims it to be the New Yorker Deluxe. Moving around the car now, you'll notice that the bezel or eyebrow over the headlights gives the front end a new look of refinement. Notice, too, that the parking lights can be seen from the side. There's a feeling of motion in the geometric star of gold which ornaments the gleaming chrome wheel covers. And there's a look of swiftness in the fender molding, tapering back to just about midpoint in the sleek length of this car. There's swift motion, too, in the speed lines of the new front fender shield, which blends gracefully into the sill molding. Because of its raised head, the sill molding, as you see, captures more sparkling light. At this point, the rear fender stone shield sweeps up through a speed line to meet the rear fender molding, which forms a slim, tapering line back to the rear end of the fender. And here again we see a nameplate in letters of gold, as befits one of the finest of fine cars. The taillights, too, can be seen from both side and rear. And notice the more finished appearance the new taillight assembly gives the car. Even the chromed gas cap adds to the new look of the rear end. The new contoured wraparound rear bumper is just as tough and rugged as it looks. Low to the right on the trunk sill, letters of gold script spell out the proud name of Chrysler. Backing up a bit now, you'll see that all the rear deck features contribute to the overall look of compactness and unity of design. And here's the new one-piece wraparound window. It's trimmer than ever in appearance, and it permits better vision, too. Yes, this is the beautiful New Yorker Deluxe for 1954. an illustrious member of America's first family of fine cars. Small wonder that from a styling point of view, it has such appeal for men and women of discerning taste and good judgment. But the exterior beauty of this classic style leader is only half the story. A new brushed metal door tread gives us our first hint of an all-new interior. Open the door wide, and at a glance, you know that here is unparalleled luxury. And talk about harmony of color. You might call this a rhapsody in blue.
There's deep, rich carpeting, not only on the floor, but in the kick pad of the door and scuff pad of the seat.
The seat itself is entirely covered with broadcloth of the finest quality in light and dark blue tones. And this two-tone harmony is carried into the door panels. We've used the same fine broadcloth there too. Note especially the luxurious pleating of the material in the upper door panel. As you see, the window moldings are dark blue to match. Notice too the ultra-modern look of the new armrest. It literally flows right out of the door panel. This luxurious styling treatment is repeated in the back of the front seat, and the base of the seat is encased in dark blue vinyl. Up front, there's a new dash panel with twin safety crash pads. Their vinyl covering and the panel moldings match our dark blue broadcloth. As you see, the instruments and knobs are more conveniently located. And for greater safety, the knobs are recessed in the panel. This is typical of Chrysler's styling with a purpose. Also new are the flasher lights, which replace gauges to indicate battery amperage and oil pressure. Notice the subdued, rich look of this brushed metal insert. You'll see other touches of this brushed metal throughout the instrument panel. Now, while the gardener drives this beautiful New Yorker Deluxe around to the garage behind the house, let's turn the record and meet some other members of our two first families. And now, other members and friends of this first family of the community are arriving. As you'll see, each has come to this gathering in luxury and style. This man, driving a Custom Imperial Newport, is a vice president and general attorney for the company. But he's also an intimate and respected friend of the family. His assistant, a young grandson in our first family, drives a Windsor Deluxe four-door sedan. It speaks well for his good judgment and is a symbol of the power to command which will someday be his. And here's another son who happens to be sales manager. His New Yorker Deluxe convertible suggests that he has imagination, a very desirable quality in a man who must lead and inspire a sales force. And finally, there's the good and charming lady whose triple role is that of wife, mother, and grandmother in this first family of the community. She and her husband have at their disposal all of the luxurious comfort and superlative refinements that a Custom Imperial Sedan is so well able to provide. They chose the best. And now, as these fine people gather in the home of the head of their family to do him honor, let's look again at these members of America's first family of fine cars. They've all been garaged by now, but with a bit of film magic, we'll bring them back one by one. First, here's the Custom Imperial Newport by Chrysler. Next, the Chrysler Windsor Deluxe four-door sedan. here's the Chrysler New Yorker Deluxe Convertible. And finally, the Custom Imperial Sedan by Chrysler. Yes, these are representative members of America's first family of fine cars. They're rich-looking, luxurious, and beautiful. And yet there's a simplicity of line about them that has nothing to do with ostentation, but which has everything to do with integrity, fine quality, and discriminating good taste. They symbolize the prestige of their owners. It is such people as these that you will meet and talk with in the coming year. For it is America's first families, and those who are most like them, who will most truly appreciate America's first family of fine cars for 1954.